All right, y'all. We've taken our cowhide out of the degreaser, and now we've placed it back in here. Let's see here. We placed it back up in the pickle here, and that's where it's at. All right. So it's gonna be there. Make sure. I had hard weather coming in, so I couldn't film it, but make sure you get it washed off. If you soak it in Dawn dish soap, all right, that's fine. You don't have to order Liposolve 55 from Trubon if you don't want to, or maybe don't have the funds to do it. But if you can, it is a really good product. It's really going to clean it off. I mean, the fat that remains on this hide through the whole tanning process to the end, and there will be some. I mean, you're not going to get all that off. It will leave an odor. It can. So degreasing these big, fatty, greasy cowhides is pretty important step. I go ahead and get the Liposolve because it's a surefire way of getting rid of all of it, and it gives it a pleasant odor too, a pleasant smell. I mean. So, you do what you want to do. Dawn dish soap will work. Just get some real soapy water, stick it up in there. But before you put it back in your pickle, you're going to need to rinse all that off, because that soap is going to mess with that pH, all right? And you want your pH from 1 to 2. Try to keep it down to 1.5, and you just have to add more acid and then test it. And what you do, what you need to get, if you're going to do a pH, a lot of times the pool, I'm pretty sure the pool pH testers, they don't go all the way down to 0, but I got this from McKenzie's right here. It's just 0 to 3, right? And so if we were to pull some of this out right now and test it real quick, see this old pickle down in here? I just stick that up in there. You see that color? All right, that's about a 1.5 on the scale. So that's acidic right there. And what you want to do is get something in this thing and just get it to stirring around. You want to stir it 2 or 3 times a day. I mean, you can stir it more than that if you got time to. But the thing is where these hides fold over on each other, the acid is not getting very much penetration in there. All right. So make sure you're stirring it in that pickle. We're going to leave it in there. We're probably going to leave it in there now for about 3 days. And when we take it out, I like to use an angle grinder to kind of do some touch-up work to it, maybe thin some stuff out. A lot of people take it out of the pickle, they put it back on the fleshing wheel. I like to use an angle grinder. I just kind of dry the hide out a little bit, and then get down there and really touch up on it. I just kind of fine-tune that hide that way. So it's a pretty cool thing. Pretty cool way to do it, and I'll show you what kind of disc I use and everything like that. But so pretty much now it's just stir every day, a few times a day. Check the pH, maintain it by adding acid. Allow the hide to get broken down, and the salt to do its drawing out the things that the acid is breaking down into the hide. And what we're doing here is we're prepping this thing to accept the tannins. Okay, we want an even tan on this cowhide, so we need to be breaking down non-structured proteins. All things that are not skin that are in that hide need to be dissolved and pulled out of it. And so that's what this is right here. That's what it's doing. Once we get done with the pickling it, we're going to neutralize it with baking soda. We're going to get into that. All right. But first, we're going to let this thing sit in here for about 2 or 3 more days. We're going to kind of thin it down, make sure that we got all the membrane off of it, and then we'll put it back in there for 1 more day, and then we will neutralize it. All right. And what that means is we're going to bring the pH up in the hide. If you pickle it and you don't neutralize it, what's going to happen is that low of a pH, the tannins aren't going to really bind to the structured proteins that are remaining in the hide. And over time, you're going to have this acidic hide that will eventually crumble. Like, and we're thinking in the long term. In the beginning, if you do it without neutralizing it, it might appear fine, like everything went okay, but in the long run, your hide's not gonna last, okay? So, and you know, you wanna talk about breaking a hide and softening a hide. This pickling process right here, it plays a role in that. Everything we've done so far plays a role in the end result. And if you skip over one of these processes, or don't do it or see it out all the way through, and do a thorough job, then you're going to notice, you know, especially on a cowhide, because it's going to be hard to break that hide if you don't have an even tan, if your oils ain't getting in there like they're supposed to. So yeah, but we're doing some cool stuff, okay? And if you're watching this video and you think that, well, I don't have a fleshing machine and I can't flesh a hide that clean or whatever, just take your time. Get you a $30 fleshing knife, look up what a fleshing beam is, and get it set up, and take your time and flesh that dude, you know? And you can always store your hide in the pickle, all right? If you don't want to sit there and flesh it all the way through, you can put that hide back in the pickle and start on it another time. As long as your pH is 1 to 2, you can keep a hide in a pickle indefinitely, forever. So, you know, you can do that. Take your time, however long it takes. Just get it fleshed. If it's not perfect, it's fine, because we're gonna hit it with that angle grinder, and I'll show you what kind of disc I use, and it's awesome. I mean, it's just totally gonna be a smooth hide. It's gonna be great. You can do it. So, if you're thinking about tanning a cowhide, you should definitely try it. And just listen to what I'm telling you, and just do it, you know. But anyway, that's pretty much all I got now. So we're in the pickling part of the process, and we're going to wait it out, and we're going to come back and touch up on it soon. So this is the end of part 2 right here. If you hadn't liked and subscribed, please do so. I'm doing this stuff every day. I might as well just make videos while I do it, and teach some people how to do some of this stuff, because I want to try to break it down into very detailed videos, because a lot of people tan hides, but they don't really know what they're doing. They don't do the pickling because they don't really know what the point of it is or the importance of it. And if you're trying to tan a good hide, all these steps are vital, you know, very necessary steps into creating good quality work. And you can make money off of it. I mean, that's what I do. I started doing all this stuff the way I do. You know, I used to just brain tan hides, and man, I don't do that no more. You know, brain tan's cool. It's a good tan. You can do it. One of these days we'll make a video on it. But you know, these products, they cost a little bit of money, but if you're just tanning something for yourself, I'll tell you something, you can make some cool stuff for yourself. And these steps I'm doing, it all, you know, goes for anything, just about. But anyway, y'all, appreciate y'all watching this video. Appreciate y'all subscribing and liking. I'm trying to develop this channel, and you guys are helping me out. It's slow right now, but I'm enjoying it, and I hope you are too. So stay tuned for part 3 on tanning a cowhide, and we're going to see this cowhide all the way through. So appreciate y'all. See you next time.